Woo. Let me know if you can hear me. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me, Wendy City Girl. I appreciate that. I'm gonna give just a couple more minutes and then we're gonna go ahead and start. I hope y'all are doing good. Woo. Let me know if you watched that presidential debate. Got a couple things I want to talk about from that. Hey, YouTube land, what's going on? All right, let me check the time. Because y'all, I had to rush to get this set to go. So anyway, happy Monday to everybody. I hope everybody is doing great. Let me know. Hey, Bliss and Beyond. Hey, Chew, how are you? Hey, Mo, how you doing? Okay, so YouTube, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me before I start. Real quick, and then we're going to go right into it. So I got a couple of things I want to clear up for you guys so y'all can get some true and factual information. Y'all know we're going to be voting soon. So all this information, we got to fact check. Okay? So I want to make sure y'all can hear me on YouTube. Hey, Vernice. I know y'all can hear me on TikTok. I just want to check on YouTube real quick. I was in a deep sleep, y'all. I had to rest. Okay? All right. So can you hear me on YouTube? Can you hear me on YouTube? Let me just check before I start real quick. Hey, PC. All right. I'm still waiting for YouTube to let me know. Let me undo my shirt for y'all think I'm ratchet around here. Hey, Amanda. Okay, good. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. I hope you had a wonderful week, okay? I hope you guys watched the debate. If you did, I hope you got a good laugh. And I wanted to go over just a couple things. And then again, as always, y'all can always ask me questions. You can drop them anytime you want, and I will answer them for you. If I'm talking too loud, I apologize. It's because I'm sitting in a car, and I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Jody. Okay. Real quick, share, tag a friend. As always, we don't like to gatekeep information over here. We like to share. Okay. We like to make sure everybody has the same amount of information. Okay. If not more. All right. So if you, have watched the presidential debate. Now, they did not talk about this on the presidential debate. Vernice, if you want to make an appointment, all you got to do is go to my website, shamikasaves.com, and just book it, and then we will go from there. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna talk about Kamala, and we're gonna talk about Trump. All right. Now, this is not a political channel. I don't really care too much about politics in that regard, but I do not like politricks, okay? I don't like when somebody says they're going to be able to do something and then the average American does not understand how things work, okay? So if y'all paid attention to anything last week, you would see that Kamala Harris was telling everybody, and this was all over social media, that their administration, Biden administration, Harris administration, they are going to do their best to keep medical bills off of your credit reports. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but y'all know, if y'all been sticking with me long enough, y'all probably should have been like, wait a minute now, I could have swore Shamika told me something like that before, okay? So I want to let you guys know that if you are basing your vote on the fact of that they're going to be able to help you obtain a home, they're going to be able to keep things off of your credit report, as such as medical bills, I want to let you know that this is already been happening, okay? So to roll it back, we're going to go back to COVID time, okay? And I want to remind you guys of two very important things that are already taking place. If they have not taken place on your credit report, this is your time to contact the credit bureaus and the agencies that put them on your credit so that you can tell them to remove it, okay? First thing, the first rule that came out during COVID was that any medical bill that is $500 or less should not show on your credit report. If there is a medical bill on your credit report that is $500 or less that is still reporting, you have the right to get it removed automatically, just based off of the CARES Act, okay? That's number one, all right? And if y'all need me to repeat it, please let me know. The second thing is, and this also happened before Kamala and all them came in, the second thing that y'all need to be aware of is that banks are not considering your medical bills into the factoring of your debt to income ratio when you are purchasing a home. Okay, so when we see the Harris administration saying that they're going to remove medical bills from your credit report, that's already been happening. That's not something that they just created because they want you to vote for them. Do not let these people lie to you and tell you that they are doing something that's already been in place. If you did not know, you need to check your credit reports and make sure that you have no medical bills that are $500 and less that are reporting. And you need to make sure that there is no medical bill that's going to come on your credit report that is $500 or less. The third thing, okay, so we said no medical bills $500 or less should be reporting. Medical bills will not be factored into your debt to income ratio when you are looking to buy a home. And then the third thing is if you have medical debt that is about that you incurred and you have not been able to pay it, here's the third rule. The creditor, the hospital, the doctor's office, whoever it is, they cannot put it on your credit report until 12 months has passed. Did y'all hear that? $500 or less medical bills should not be on your credit report ever. They should have not been sent in the last over a year. They should have not been on your credit report. So almost 2 years, these should have not been on there. Medical bills are not factored into the debt to income ratio when you're trying to buy a house. And the third thing is if you are defaulted and have not paid a medical bill, they have 12 months before they can actually place it on your credit report. Okay, so do not let these people, whether it be Democrat, Republican, whomever, tell you something that is already active that they're gonna do it for you, because you already can have this is already put in place. Okay, and if you don't believe me, we can go back to the CARES Act, which was under that was held who was that under? Was that under Trump? One of them, but it was during COVID. And so these have already been out. So please do not think that they're going to do anything special for you. Okay. And again, if y'all have questions, please drop them so that I can address those for you. Okay. So that was probably my number one thing, because I'm thinking, why are they putting out to the public that she's going to remove these items when they've already have been removed, or they've already been set in place as a law that they have to be removed. So I do definitely want y'all to know that that is a lie. It's already set in place. And I suggest strongly that y'all go and look at your credit reports just to see if you have medical bills that are on there too soon, or if you have something that's $500 or less. Okay. Now, somebody also sent me something today where it said that Trump, he's promising now that if he were to get elected, he's going to, hey, Chef Hollywood, he's going to remove taxes on any overtime pay that you guys earn. I just want to let y'all know the president does not have that right to make that decision. Okay. The IRS is a part of the government, but it is its own entity. Okay. So if somebody in the IRS higher chain of command says no, then guess what? That will not happen. So also, please do not believe that Trump is going to remove overtime taxes or taxes on your overtime pay and get y'all to vote, okay? Because that is not even within his authority to do so. One thing y'all are going to see, and I keep telling y'all, they are going to keep playing in our faces because they don't know that we know the truth about what it is that they can do. All right, Pretty Ricky says, we can collection agency report medical 12 months also. We can, well, I'm not understanding what you're saying, Pretty Ricky. We can collection agency report medical 12 months also. Write that again, Pretty Ricky. I'm not understanding. I apologize. That didn't, oh, when can, okay. So if you have a medical bill that is over $500, they have 12 months before they can put it on your credit report. I don't care if you got Medicaid, Medicare, your regular insurance, or if you are uninsured. 12 months is the magic number, okay? So if they did not sell your debt, so say you went to the doctor's office and they want to put this on your credit report, you need to go 12 months from the date that you had that appointment, because that is when you incurred the debt, and it should show up 12 months after that. If they sold your debt, so say it's a hospital, and say they sold it to someone else, it still is 12 months, okay, from when the new person acquires that debt. It's because most debt collectors, hospitals, doctor's offices, if they don't collect from you in a certain amount of time, they just sell it, okay? So it's 12 months from when you incurred it, or 12 months from when they sold it to who the new debt collector is going to be, okay? So please make sure, because I know a lot of people, y'all been messaging me, and y'all know I don't have no problem with that. I'm looking for Starlight. She's not on here yet. But if you are on here, Starlight, and you watching, I will talk to you this evening. But y'all need to just be mindful. Here is what Kamala Harris should be promising us. What they should be promising us is that the medical bills won't hit your credit at all. See, here is the trick, you guys. If a medical bill can hit your credit report and becomes a collection, it's great that it's not factored into your debt to income ratio when you're buying a house. But let me tell you what it is factored into. It's factored into your credit score. So even if it's not factored into how much you can afford for a house, it's still going to affect how much house you can afford, because it's going to affect your debt to income ratio. Excuse me. It's going to affect your credit score, which in turn, when it affects your credit score, it's going to tell the bank how much they should possibly lend you guys. Remember? So again, this is one of those politics that I was telling you. Oh, it sounds good. Oh, medical bills they won't affect me buying a house, but they will affect you buying a house. They're just going to affect you on the front end of buying a house versus on the back end, okay? So don't just think because they're saying something that you are good to go and you can just slide on into a house, and that is not true. Thank you, Sandra. Nice to see you. Sandra says, I'm so great. Thank you. Hey, Nicola. Okay, so that's what I wanted to let y'all know. Please do not be fooled by that credit report stuff, because if y'all notice, that is really the only thing that Trump and or Kamala Harris really has been talking about. Everything else has been immigration, okay? Now, I hope y'all done checked on y'all cats and dogs. I hope they are doing good. My dog is doing fine. I done called all my Haitian friends and told them they can't come by the house, okay? So if you notice, they're not talking about nothing else but immigration, okay? So that lets y'all know that us regular, average, ordinary people, they're not looking out for us. We have to do that for ourselves, okay? Which brings me to my next thing. And let me see if y'all ask me anything before I go on. Because a lot of y'all have been coming and talking to me about y'all credit. And I'm so very, very happy that you guys are, because remember, we need our credit regardless. I don't care if y'all want to buy a house or you don't want to buy a house, but we need to make sure that we are on top of those things. Since it's 2 weeks until October, and I know I'm gonna be talking to y'all every Monday, I wanted to remind you, if you have Navy Federal, to get ready for the change that is coming with Navy Federal if you have a Navy Federal credit card. Okay, I talked about this last week. I talked about it the week before, but Navy Federal is going to basically up that interest on y'all by charging you daily, Okay, so your interest rate might be low, but it'll be a lot more when they are charging you daily, the balance daily with this interest that's starting in October. A lot of you probably should have gotten notices about that already. If you have not, I will send you the same video that somebody sent me so that y'all can go, so that y'all can get into the weeds so that you can understand exactly what they're going to be doing. Because a lot of people are now going to be defaulting on Navy Federal, because who is going to be able to pay that bill when it's adding up by day? Okay, it's a tricky spot to be in, which of course is why so many people are doing what? Filing bankruptcy, of which I told y'all ain't no shame. Y'all got to do what you got to do, because it will be getting hard out here. All right. Again, y'all got questions, please drop them. But next thing, I just found this out over the weekend. Okay. Now I know we've been talking about, how immigrants who come over to this country, they are making housing programs that are going to be a lot easier for them to get into a home. Well, I'm probably going to make some of y'all mad when I tell y'all this, because it kind of pissed me off too. But remember, politics, okay? I can get into why, my personal opinion of why I think there's been an influx of those individuals coming over here, and it doesn't have anything to do with giving them rights, okay? But let me tell y'all. So some of y'all may be related to some people who might be coming over here. I don't think it's horrible that individuals are getting to be able to have the opportunity to have a home. That is the American dream for a lot of people. But how these programs are working, okay? The federal government has partnered with certain mortgage companies that is going to allow individuals who come over here an opportunity to buy a house. Get this. All they have to do is get an I-10. If you guys don't know what an I-10 is, then y'all need to take my credit class. Y'all need to take my tax class, okay? But an I-10 is a tax identification number. It's sort of like an EIN, but this is for individuals who come over here from another country, all right? Now, let me tell you the bomb-ass part about getting an I-10. When you get an I-10, first of all, it is issued by the IRS, okay? Not by Social Security. So guess what that means? There's no credit score attached. So an individual can come over to this country, they can get an I-10, and if y'all want to know the process of getting an I-10, y'all gonna laugh about how easy that is, but they get an I-10 issued by the IRS. Then they get to do one of two things. They get to show proof of pay stubs that they work, if they have a W-2 job. If they are self-employed, then, and most of these people are going to be self-employed, because in order to do an I-10, it's easier to do an I-10 when you are self-employed, okay? And when you're self-employed, what do you get? A 1099. All right. So they can prove their income through showing that they're self-employed by showing a profit and loss statement, which is not difficult at all. If any of y'all did the SBA loan, a lot of you guys had to submit a profit and loss statement, and it's very basic and very generic. You basically just have to show these people that you are expecting income to come in. Or you can show them your pay stubs from your W-2 job. Then you provide your I-10, which has no credit score attached, no credit history attached, okay? And then last but not least, you are allowed, they are allowed to use donated funds for their down payment, because the only thing that they're required to pay is they are required to pay a 100% deposit for their down payment on the house. And most times when you're buying a home, it's 3% down on your primary, your homestead. It's 3%. Okay. Now this is what they're doing. That 3% that they have to put down, which is usually sometimes with an ordinary house, I'd say it's less than 10 grand. They can get it donated to them. They can borrow it. They can use programs where programs will gift them the money. And as long as they can show where the money came, if it didn't come from them, that is all they need to buy a house, okay? Now, I personally think it's unfair as hell Hey, Josiah. I think it's unfair as hell that you have individuals who can get into a home and they don't even have to provide a credit score. But then you have us, we have to jump through all the hoops to get a home. Okay. Now, we cannot beat the system. Okay. Unfortunately, we can complain all we want to. Hopefully they'll change. But as it stands right now, there is nothing that we can do. A person can come to this country tomorrow, and as long as they get that I-10 and they can show that they got some income and they can put that money down, they are in a home. Okay, so I ain't mad at them. Who I am mad at is the individuals that they are allowing this to happen. Now, some of y'all be getting mad because you can't get into a house, okay? But that is not true, because they have tons and tons of programs to get you into one. But like I tell you guys every week, don't be trying to get into something that you cannot afford, because I'll tell you this, the same tricks that they play on us, they're going to play on those individuals. Now, immigrants, if they don't have a great job and they don't have a whole lot of people living under one roof, in 3 to 5 years, they're going to foreclose, just like some of y'all that would opt to go out and get a house too early and you cannot afford it. We are not going to be moving into these homes and babysitting these homes just for the bank to take all of your equity when it's time to move out. Okay. Now it's so funny how I talk to y'all here, and then I get all these phone calls, and I know y'all don't like to share, but y'all can definitely drop questions because it helps other people. And nobody don't know y'all if y'all ask the questions. Okay. So I know a lot of y'all be like, well, I didn't want to ask. You can ask, because nobody don't know you. Okay. Please do not be one of those people that are trying to rush into a house. Somebody messaged me last night and said, do you think this is the time to buy a house? And I said no, because the rates have not dropped yet. So if you are interested in getting a house, you can wait till the rates drop, when it'll be a little better. Should not be that long. I told you, when it's around this time, election season, you're going to see all kind of things going up and down, because they are trying to affect or sway your vote. Okay. So y'all need to be, y'all need to be mindful of that. All right. So they're not lying to you. You don't want people lying. All right. So immigrants can get a house. Y'all can too. I always tell y'all can use NACA. Y'all can use y'all local, hey Margie, y'all can use y'all local housing offices. They do have a lot of programs. The only problem is we don't want to take the time to clean up our credit. And I swear, I don't understand why. Okay. And maybe somebody can help me understand. I work on credit, so I understand that it can be tough. Sometimes you don't have the money, but we are being unreasonable because we keep trying to go out here and get stuff. And it's like, you can't get that right now. You need to take care of this right here on your credit, and y'all are not taking care of what's most important. And that's what we need to do. Because you know why? Because all these immigrants are going to be looking at y'all, because they are able to walk into a house without a credit score, but y'all have to have a credit score. Very unfortunate, very unfair, but it is what it is. Okay. So basically, I'm telling y'all single women, y'all better go and get y'all one of these men that came fresh off this boat. So if y'all can't get into a house, boom, get you a man that came from another country, and y'all can get a house together. Okay. That's how some of y'all might have to get a home. All right. And I'm laughing and joking, but I'm telling y'all, I do divorces, and I've done 2 divorces, 2 so far in the past 2 weeks, of individuals marrying individuals who came over here, and now something done happened, and now y'all want to be divorced and you can't find a man. Okay. So at least if y'all gonna marry these people, and I hope the immigration and uses, they're not paying attention, but some of y'all gonna have to slide into a home that way. Cause hey, right now, people ain't trying to fix their credit. The job market ain't good enough. People doing all kinds of things. All right. So, I say this to be funny, but at the same time, I know people, okay? I've seen it. Y'all call me. People getting married for benefits. And I don't pass no judgment. I'm just letting you know that times are hard, and I do understand that people going to be doing all kind of things to get what they want. And the same way they working it out for these immigrants to get what they need, not what they want, what they need. Because these people didn't come over here saying they had to have a house. They need housing, but they coming over here and they're not putting them in an apartment. They're giving them a whole brand new home. So some of y'all might have to go on and find y'all one of y'all amigos and go on and get married. So y'all go on and get that home. Okay. So I'm just letting y'all know. All right. Mo says, All right, Mo says y'all get a consultation with Shamika so she can tell you what to do to buy a house. That's what I did. Thank you, Mo. And that's exactly what we did. One thing about credit, because somebody just messaged me before I went live and said, can you tell me how these credit companies work? I mean, are they here to take my money or do they just take things off and it comes back on? Well, I'm going to tell y'all, I can't speak on what anybody else does because everybody and their mama say they fix credit, right? Lots of people do. What y'all need to be looking out for when y'all go to somebody that works on credit. Now, I work on credit, but I'm going to tell you the difference between me and somebody else. My main thing is educating you about your credit so that you won't get in this situation again. Removing stuff off your credit is not going to fix your problem. A lot of y'all don't know about statute of limitations. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't understand public records. Y'all don't understand block, the difference between delete and remove. There is a difference between something being deleted and something being removed from your credit. You know, there are things, okay? I don't want to have to get too deep in it, but there are things that y'all need to understand so that when you go and hire somebody, you make sure that they're educating you and not just saying, here, give me your stuff and let me work on it. Because you stuck with your credit for the rest of your life, you need to understand, because you more than likely will fall into a trap or to a pit at one time. That's just how life is, okay? Some days you got great credit. Next day, you know, something might happen. You got horrible credit. Give you an example. Somebody called me and said, girl, I had a 700. I was late just one time and my score dropped. Or my homegirl, my credit was 700 and I lost my job and now I had to file bankruptcy and her credit score went down 200 points. It's very, very possible. But you know what I told her? Girl, don't worry about it. 200 points ain't nothing compared to what it's gonna do since you filing bankruptcy, because now you can go the other way. Okay, you can now go up. You know what I mean? Once you file bankruptcy and things start cleaning off, your score will rebound. So it's not like this is the end of the world. Okay, it's not. That's something that's very, very important. I want y'all to know. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mark. Okay. Mark knows. Okay. And I'll tell y'all myself, I am not just a person that talk about bankruptcy, baby. I will hop in and out of bankruptcy if it is for my benefit and I'm not abusing the system. I don't abuse, but I do use the system. And that is exactly what I encourage every single one of you guys to do. Okay, even when I tell y'all about how to get around when y'all doing y'all late payments on your credit cards, I just had to tell my sister, girl, why is you tripping about being 2 days late? You got 29 days to be late before it's reported on your credit. Chill out. Okay, some of y'all get too wrapped around the axle because you're more concerned with the score than you are the content on your credit. Your content of your credit is way more important than your score. Your score will do whatever the content of your credit tells it to do. So if you feed it the right information, your score will reflect what you are doing right. Okay. Apple J said, how do you file for that? Filing for bankruptcy is probably one of the easiest things. First of all, I'm a bankruptcy petition preparer. So if you need help filling out the forms, all you got to do is upload stuff into a folder for me. I take your documents that you gave me. I fill out your paperwork, send it to you, you sign it, you mail it into the court, and you have your bankruptcy on Zoom, okay? It used to be on the phone, but now they've upgraded to Zoom. I doubt very highly that they're ever going to make people come back to the court, to the courthouse to actually have bankruptcy hearings. Now, here's what I'm gonna tell y'all in case anybody is thinking about filing bankruptcy, because I need y'all to be smart, and everything is about timing. If you're going to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, that is 6 months long. 6 months from the day you file to the day you get out. We are coming up on the end of the year. Anytime any one of you guys come to me and y'all are trying to file bankruptcy at the end of the year, here is what I propose to you guys. A lot of times the bankruptcy court will say, give us your tax refund to repay some of your debts. So if you are a person, you got kids, and your tax refund is usually a decent amount of money, $3,000, whatever, and you don't want to pay, then you need to wait and file your bankruptcy after you get your tax refund. Because let me tell you, if you were to file October, that's October, November, December, January, February, March, April, your bankruptcy won't be done until April. So in order to get around having to pay that money, and I'm not telling y'all to do nothing illegal. This is all about timing and strategy. If you plan on filing bankruptcy, you need to wait until you get your tax refund, then file. So then if they ask you what happened to your money from your tax refund, you spent it, period. So, all I do is put that out there so that y'all make that choice, to let y'all know that, hey, you file it too soon, they might ask for that money, and then you're going to be mad. Now, you're going to be debt free, but they're going to take your tax refund too. And we don't want that, okay? So please be mindful. Speaking of taking your tax refund, has anybody received a letter from the SBA telling them that they are going to start taking money from their taxes? I had one person call me last week to say that they received a letter. I'm not saying this is going to happen to you guys, but I have been telling y'all that they are going to try to take money from your government payments in order to repay the government. Now, right now, we're in election season. They're not talking about that right now. And you know why? Because when Trump or Kamala is out there politicking to get y'all to vote, they don't want y'all to ask them about how they plan on getting this money back to pay SBA. So instead of them telling us up front, because y'all know the government don't do that, they're gonna wait. Mark my words. 9 times out of 10, I have not been wrong in the stuff I've been telling y'all. They are gonna wait until after the president is elected, and they're gonna hit us between the end of November through December with all the new stuff. Okay, and I'm gonna get into what the new stuff is. Let me see what y'all asking real quick. Let me see. It says, how long after bankruptcy can you get credit again? If you file a Chapter 7, you could get credit right after 6 months. But I'm going to tell you what me and all the people do. After you file bankruptcy and you've already gone through your meeting through the court, once you have your meeting through the court, if you want to add kickoff or self-lender, you can, because they're not giving you any cash. They're just adding a trade line on your credit to boost your score. So some of y'all can do that as soon as 3 months because you're not getting any real credit, okay? And you could do Experian Boost. Those things, all those things just give you a temporary, well, not temporary, they give you a little bump in your score while you're waiting for the bankruptcy to completely end. And that's only for a Chapter 7. If you have a Chapter 13, which is 3 years or 5 years, you're not supposed to get credit until it's over. But let me tell you, it doesn't matter because your score will rebound on its own because everything on your credit will be deleted. If my homegirl is here, a couple of y'all that's on here, we done did y'all paperwork, and y'all can definitely vouch to let them know 45 days after filing bankruptcy, your score will look like it should be looking because everything on your credit is now gone. Okay. It says, you look like Queen Latifah. Are y'all related? No, I am not. Okay. I did get my eyebrows tattooed again. So, I mean, that's probably why, to me, I feel like I'm looking a little crazy, but whatever. We'll wait till these scabs fall off. But no, I'm not related to, Queen Latifah, but hey, you never know. We all related, okay? Somewhere, somehow down the line, okay? Let me see. Again, y'all hit that like button and share with your friends real quick. Let me see what else y'all saying. Casey says, thank God I don't have kids. I mean, I can say that too. Sometimes I be at tax time, I wish I had some because the tax checks look so much better when you do. It also says, I'm so glad that I ain't married. That ain't that bad either. Okay, and matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. Somebody hit me with a letter from the IRS. Let me let y'all know. Now, I've been telling y'all that the IRS is going to be scrutinizing your taxes a little bit more. Hey, Mahalia. Okay, 2 things. And this happened to somebody in my own family, okay? Got a letter in the mail stating that their taxes from 2014. Come on, guys. That's 10 damn years ago. The IRS said, hey. You cashed out your retirement, but you never paid us. So now we want our money. And they also said, we are hitting you with a $50,000 tax bill, and we're going to put a lien on your home if you do not pay. All right. This is the kind of stuff that we don't want. Oh, shit. Why did the thing go off on TikTok? This makes me so mad. But this is the kind of attraction or things that we don't want. sorry, y'all, that we don't want the government to turn around to be able to come and do to us. We don't want them to turn around and say, you now owe us because of X, Y, and Z. So if you selling a house, cashing out your retirement, because a lot of y'all do that. Y'all cash out y'all retirements and y'all never turn in your 1099s to show that you withdrew the money out of your retirement, and y'all thinking that they forgot, and they did not. They are just waiting, and they are allowing interest and all of these other things to build up so that they can turn around and come after you. And that's not what I want to see happen. And it is happening. The second thing that is happening. Oh, I'm so mad about that doggone TikTok. Oh, it just makes me want to scream. Okay. And the phone is charging. All right. The second thing is that they're coming after. If you are married, okay, they are coming after checking to make sure that you are filing the correct status. And okay, so y'all will know, there is single. I know, I'm sorry, Asia. My phone just died. It's definitely charging, but it just went off. Okay. There is single. All right. There is head of household. There is married filing joint, married filing separate, and qualified widow. Okay, those are the only 5 options you get when it comes to filing taxes. But here is what the IRS is doing. If you're married, and most married people do this, most married people love to file separately with 2 different addresses and stating that they are married, that they are both head of household. Okay, one person may do head of household, the wife with the kids, and then the husband may do single. The IRS is coming back. Yes, TikTok is in court. The IRS is coming back and realizing that you people have been lying on their statuses, their filing statuses. And again, they're waiting. It just had somebody, I just talked to them yesterday. They got a letter from 2019. The IRS told them they owed them $5,000 because they filed, she filed head of household, he filed single, and the IRS is saying, no, y'all are married. Y'all should have filed married filing separate, and both of y'all should have filed married filing separate. She could have did a head of household if they live in separate addresses. So y'all really need to pay attention to your filing statuses, because the IRS is going to be paying attention to your filing status. They want to know why you saying X, Y, and Z and you're not. So if you are married, and I know y'all don't like to have to, you want to get as much of your standard deduction as possible, y'all need to be mindful and go to the right tax person that's going to tell you the right thing to do. Do not get caught up like the woman I just talked to yesterday. She paying $5,000, and guess what? The husband is also paying money because he also filed his taxes wrong. So your statuses need to be correct. If you are married, y'all need to file married filing joint. Even if the man owes child support, there is still a way that you can get your portion of your tax refund, and they just take his portion for the debts that he owes. Mind you, did I not tell y'all that they're going to be looking to take the money for the SBA? Since we know they're going to be looking to take money for the SBA this year, some of y'all also need to be prepared that they're going to scrutinize your taxes, because they want to make sure that they can take money back from whoever got a loan. So if you're married and you're filing taxes, you need to make sure that the person you filing taxes with did not get an SBA loan and not pay. Because if they did not, they'll take that money. Period. Okay? That's one of the things they're going to be looking for. The next thing that's going to be a change, and I know it's almost 8, so if y'all got any questions, please ask. They are also going to be looking at, it's so crazy, they're going to be looking at, shoot, what ain't they looking at, okay? Y'all remember last year, now y'all probably don't, but remember the cash apps were supposed to be reporting your income, okay? They said, no, we're going to wait 1 year, which would be this coming up tax season. Now, remember, we haven't heard nothing about that. None of this year. Wait until after the presidential election. I'm almost certain they have already figured out how they're going to do it. So If you are still getting your money on your Cash App and it's not a business account, it's going to be reported. If you got Venmo and it's not on a business account, you will be being reported. If you got Zelle, if you don't have Zelle connected to a business account, it will be reported, and all of those things will be counted as income. So all of you individuals who got these side hustles going on, ain't nothing wrong with having side hustles. You just need to be mindful that they're going to turn in those 1099s, and the best thing that you can do is switch your stuff over to a business account so that it's separate from you personally. All right? I'm going to always keep saying that. The only reason why they haven't merged business and personal together is because there's too many businesses out there and business owners that they want it separate. So I don't see that coming or changing anytime soon. So the best thing that I can recommend for you guys is, if you have not done so already, get yourself a business account, a business, even if you're not actively using it, because you may need to run your money through that avenue or through that venue so that it does not show up at tax time to go on your personal taxes. Okay? That is going to be very huge. That's going to be coming through. And I'm telling you, after they select the president, we're going to have 6 weeks. And next thing you know, we're going to be right in tax season again. And it's going to start. Have y'all even noticed they haven't even said nothing about what the IRS plans to do? They haven't said nothing about what the new standard deduction rates are going to be. They've said nothing about what earned income credit is going to be coming up next year. Usually around this time, they already have an idea of what they're going to propose. We haven't heard a thing, and that is by design, okay? They are going to wait because they don't want to piss nobody off, and then y'all mess around and vote the other way. So they don't want to do that. So they're going to wait. So y'all going to have to dig deep and vote for, whoever y'all feel works for y'all the best. I'm personally, and the way I always have been, is I don't care who wins the election. It could be left, right, green, blue, up, down, Republican or Democrat. Shamika gonna find a way to stay afloat, because there's many ways to stay afloat just by simply using the rules and the books that are already out there. And as long as you stay updated with the information, you can make a better decision, okay? A Republican or Democrat can only affect my life so much. And the same for y'all. They can only affect your life so much. You are just going to have to find your way around. Thank you, Miss Sandra. I did not even see that. Miss Sandra said I will have 1 million followers one day. I believe that wholeheartedly, okay? I do believe that right now everybody's into gossip and all the drama that's going on with celebrities and all of that. But as time gets harder and it gets crunch time and the money's super tight, P. Diddy and all of these other people ain't gonna feel money in your bank account. Okay, y'all gonna be needing to find ways to get around things, or how can I get through things or over things. And that's when your girl is gonna become important to a lot of y'all. So for those who see me now and y'all rocking with me, I appreciate that, because we're gonna have a much easier way to go than a lot of some of these other folks that's gonna catch on a little late. Okay, all right, so it's 7:48. Y'all ask any questions that y'all have about whatever it may be, so we can run through it. If you did not watch me last week I gave y'all the Consumer Finance Bureau's book on all of the credit bureaus or credit reporting agencies that you guys probably did not know about. I hope that you guys have had an opportunity to at least look at the book. And now what I'd like y'all to do, if y'all have looked, make sure you click that link so that you can go and request your reports. All right, y'all we're getting ready to start a new year in a couple months. Y'all need to start off January fresh with accurate reporting about your credit, accurate reporting about your medical bills, your prescriptions, your retail returns, your evictions. I mean, I can go on and on and on, because I told you last week, there's so much stuff from those providers that y'all don't know about that y'all need to know. So we want to start off the new year with a fresh, clean slate, and making sure everything that's being reported is accurate. Y'all have more than enough time to do that while we're waiting for whoever our president gonna be, okay? And yes, Letitia said TikTok is in court right now. Yes, and TikTok will be in court for a very long time. I do not expect that we will not be able to use TikTok. I don't believe they're gonna cut TikTok anytime soon. All I will say is when you guys are on social media, and y'all have to be mindful of this. This is actually a law, and I've only seen so far one person that's been arrested. Now, if any of y'all watch The Baddies with Natalie Nunn, I know probably a lot of y'all do, and maybe y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. But there's a girl on the show called Meatball. All right, Meatball is the fat one that always have her stomach out all the time. But let me tell y'all, they're looking to arrest her. Why? Because she was on live while people were doing a riot, and she was basically saying, y'all better come down here and get y'all some stuff. This came out, I told y'all this, 2 months ago, that they passed these rules that we are not able to engage the public to get you guys to go out and do something that they consider to be violent. They take it out on you. They're saying that you are inciting a riot. And in her case, they are saying that she's inciting a riot by encouraging people to come down and do more illegal things. And that is not what none of us want. So the one thing that TikTok will do is, if they don't like, or any of them, if they don't like what you're saying on any of these social media platforms, they are going to mute you, restrict your videos, put you in Facebook jail, you name it. And I'll prove it to you. Go on Facebook and make a post right now and try to write the word Twitter, and see that that Facebook will not even let you post Twitter, the name. Okay, I couldn't even make a post that had Twitter in it. I had to put X in order for people to know. Ridiculous. They are already restricting our right to speak, to say what we want. Okay. So, sometimes that's why y'all need to stay with your girl. So when I start talking to y'all in code, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? Because they looking and monitoring, and they doing any and everything they can to keep us quiet so they can do what they want, and that we can't say or do anything back. And that is not democracy, but unfortunately, that is where we are in this country, okay? Hey, Miss Cynthia, how are you? And thank you for what you sent me. I will look at it, and we're going to talk about it. Thank you for always sending me stuff. And if y'all see stuff, y'all can always send it to me. I do not have any problem reading it and turning around and giving it back to other people. That is the way that we all grow. I do not know everything. I try to talk about what I think is a higher level information. But if y'all find out anything, y'all please let me know. Okay. PC says, hello, Miss Shamika. Do you do the paperwork for creating a nonprofit? If so, how much do you charge? Yes, I do the paperwork for creating a nonprofit. Your nonprofit, the total price for, and that's if I have to create your business from scratch, EAN, a whole nine, do your paperwork, explain your business. It's about like $1,000. It may seem expensive on the front end, but let me just tell y'all this: on the back end, it creating a nonprofit is very, very good for each and every person. Let me tell you why real quick. Because there are so many companies that give stuff away to nonprofits. Now, I'm not saying that y'all gonna be lying or telling the truth about what your agency does, but I tell you this: with mine, I got 10 tablets for $100. Okay. So when you get stuff with nonprofit, it's always a discounted price. Even if you have a nonprofit and you are trying to rent a space, a commercial space, the rent is cheaper than they would if you were a regular for-profit company. So nonprofits do have benefits. Y'all just have to discover what they are so that you will see the need for having one. Okay, good question. Miss Cynthia says, I'm sure that you have already mentioned this. October 7th is the last day to register to vote. Also, check your status to make sure you have not been removed from the voting roll. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. October 6th, y'all. That is the last day you can register yourself to vote. I have already had to go and track down mine. They put me in a non-voting status, okay? And I talk about this kind of stuff all the time. So y'all can go to vote.org, okay? You can check your name. They will let you know if you are eligible to vote, for one. And then they'll also let you know if you are active so that you can vote, all right? This is going to be a super crazy election. Time is going to go by very, very fast. Y'all going to be hearing a lot of lies, okay? And we don't want to be lied to, all right? Y'all got to vote whichever way your heart, whichever way God tell you to vote, that's on you. I can't speak on that. But the only thing I'm here to do is debunk some of these lies that they tell us, because they're really not working for us. Unfortunately, it's as if they are here for the people who are the immigrants. I ain't even gonna lie. It seems like they're more here for them than they are for us. I ain't got nothing against no immigrant. If I was in one of those countries and I had the opportunity to come over here, I'm bringing my ass. Okay, so I can't be mad at none of them. What I will say is, y'all better make sure y'all got good insurance on your cars, because if y'all have not been all over the net, there ain't been nothing but accidents from uninsured motorists and individuals who cannot drive, tearing your shit up. Okay? So y'all gonna need to be mindful. Okay, that these people out here and they ain't got no insurance. So I hope that you do. And if and one thing we can hope for is that at least your airbags deploy. So then at least your car is total. Okay. So if they hit you and your thing don't deploy, you might need to hit that mug so that you can get your airbags to come out, because that's about the only way you're gonna get a brand new car instead of them just fixing it. I just found that out myself. Okay. All right, let me see what else you're saying. Martha says, do you do one-on-one business consultations? Absolutely. A lot of y'all do need one-on-one. I don't like to talk general because everybody's needs are different. If you guys are interested in having a one-on-one consultation for your credit, for your business credit, y'all got personal issues, y'all want to get a divorce, you're thinking about bankruptcy, you name it, absolutely, you can call and talk. A lot of y'all do have great questions for me. I try to link you up with who I can, give you whatever resources I can. One, there are resources out there. Two, it's all about finding it and knowing where to go and get it. It may not necessarily be money at this time, okay? Now, we are getting ready to hit the end of the fiscal year. October 1 is the new fiscal year, which means there's money. But we're in election season, so we're going to have to wait, okay? Y'all ain't going to see nothing rolling out until after November, when they pick who they're gonna pick. Okay, so y'all just got to be mindful. So if y'all struggling right now, y'all make use of 211, or y'all might have to find some other ways, but y'all gonna have to make use of some things until after this president is selected, and then we'll see some money start rolling through, because we are getting ready to hit the new fiscal year in 2 more weeks, which means the money rolls over and it starts over again. All right. Okay, so for my TikTok people, I am so sorry. Hey, Trash Girl, so sorry that this my thing hung up. I don't know why, because it's still charging right now. And so, but y'all know I'm still available when y'all need. You can always go to shamikasaves.com. Send me a message. A lot of y'all text me. Look at that. TikTok is so tripping, and I'm not surprised. They probably don't want you to go live when you're telling people the truth, because y'all know they be listening. They have live monitors. They be listening to everything that we be saying. And I don't care. I'm going to continue to tell the truth. My phone still work. Booking appointments still work. And I'm not going to lie to you, because that's the only way we're going to make it. Okay. We need to know the truth so we can make great decisions that's going to affect our lives and our children's lives as well. All right. Yes, I do business. Yes, I do one-on-one business consulting. Cynthia says side hustles do help through the struggle. Absolutely. Any side hustle you can get your hand on is what y'all gonna be needing to do, whether that's plasma, whether that's mystery shopping, whether that's notary, whether that is hell, even having a side job as doing real estate. And you ain't even got to do full-time real estate. You could be real estate assistant, making phone calls for a real estate agent. There are so many ways to get a little bit of money. Main thing for some of y'all who are on disability or who have issues where you cannot show that you make a lot of money, and yes, y'all call me too. This is why I say y'all need to get a business, because right now, if you do it and it's under your social, you screwed. And a lot of y'all ain't trying to lose that permanent check for temporary money. So you're going to have to make a smart decision so that you can still make you some money and it not be on Front Street for everybody to see. Okay. Marcy says, thanks so much for helping me with getting a refund from the Sweets and Cardona lawsuit. Woo, woo. Congratulations. And the Sweet versus Cardona lawsuit, in case nobody knows, that's for the student loan borrower's defense. Yes, it's still going on. Remember what I told y'all, 2025. How many more months is that? 2025 is going to be ending. And we don't even know if the new incoming president is going to end it, period. So if you have not turned in your stuff to get your student loans dismissed because your loans are on that lawsuit list, then shame on you, because I've been talking about this for 3 years. I done took care of my loans. So I don't know about y'all, but y'all who have followed me and have done it, congratulations. If you have done it and you still haven't heard and you're waiting, tomorrow morning, call department. You can call Department of Education. You can call studentaid.gov and ask what's the status of your application. Y'all should know. Hey, you don't want to hear them say, oh, we don't have it. Now you got to start over. Find out what's the status. At least if they're saying you processing, you're in the system. That's good, okay? All right, Martha says hers was dismissed thanks to you. I know that's right. I love it when y'all listen. It's a blessing to share information. It's a blessing to not only share the information, but when y'all actually employ and use it. I can give y'all all the information I want to, but if y'all not going to do nothing with it, then what's the point? So for those who have done something with the information, my hat's off to all of you. Congratulations. More things will be coming down the pipeline. Remember, when we get a new president, it's going to be a whole new gamut of new promises and lies and new adjustments that we have to get ready for. So it's 8 o'clock. I love y'all. Student loan dismissed, another one. I know that's right. I love to hear this. This is always great news. I love talking to y'all. I love seeing y'all on Mondays. I will see y'all again next Monday. Again, shamikasaves.com if y'all need to talk to me, or message me or text me if you already got my information. And so far, it should be only one person I should be calling after this, and that's Starlight if you're watching. Okay? Look, Miss Cynthia said y'all can do hair, sell lunches out your back door. Be careful, because people love to call the health department. Sell cool cups. Cool cups, I have not heard that term. Where I'm from, we call them lily dillies, and for some of y'all call them flip. Okay? Let's see. Look at that. I'm telling you, man. This doggone TikTok is crazy. Your live will be... See? TikTok is full of it. I ain't even worried about it. I'm not even finna say nothing about TikTok. I'm gonna just be done with that. Let's see. Deliver class action suits. Bam, you can deliver class action suits. Mystery shop. Babysit. And I'm gonna tell you one of my biggest hustles, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I coupon, and then I turned around and went right in the hood and sold all the stuff I coupon. Cause one thing for sure, people need body wash, soap, socks, and t-shirts. Okay, so I couponed a lot, went right in the hood, popped my trunk, and let people buy. So couponing is very easy. As a matter of fact, Miss Cynthia and a couple of other of y'all have talked to me. Miss Cynthia, I want to talk to you, but I want to say this, and I'm gonna let you go. If y'all have a talent that you think you can share with somebody else that's going to help, I have a platform that I have been thinking about allowing us to teach each other. I will sit there just like a student, just like y'all sit here and watch me, because we can all learn from each other, and we can and you can charge $10 and it'll be live, and you can do it. So if you have a talent, something you feel like you good at that you want to show other people, we can have a platform and put it out there. Since I already do have a following, I have no problem being your mouthpiece to get the word out there, to get more people to sign up, because this is the only way we're gonna go. Miss Cynthia knows a lot. I want to learn from Miss Cynthia. A lot of y'all know a lot. I want to learn from you guys as well. We all need to learn from each other, because we will not make it being a one-off. It just does not work that way, and there is no I in team, okay? So yeah, couponing is very easy. So if we got anybody else that knows how to do couponing, then please let me know, and we can get together. I already coupon. Now I'm not an extreme couponer, but I do have some people that are extreme and can get your stuff down to literally nothing. Okay. But we got to take the class in order to do that. Marcia says DNA testing is a new one too. I'm going to look into it. Okay. DNA. Let me tell you, DNA testing and drug testing. If y'all are CNAs and nurses, y'all need to go and get your certification where you can go and do DOT physicals. You just doing drug tests for people. There are so many little side hustles out there that can add up to the money that you need. You just got to know about it. And if you don't know about it, call your girl. Let's find out what you do. See what we can attach you to so that you can make you some money. Okay? All right. Well, I love you guys again. Be blessed. Be encouraged. And know that you are not alone. There is a God out there that sits on high and looks down low, and we will reach the finish line together. Okay? And so be blessed. And again, I will talk to you guys next week, Monday. See y'all. Bye.